Louis C.K. went on Joe Rogan and called him out. Let's check it out.
So we can have these long conversations about what's the right way to think and what's the right way to live and all these many boutique things of here's how to feel better.
Yeah.
Because we're just kind of sitting around. We're just consumers. We're just consumers of the rest of the world. So
I was watching this video where these guys were talking about Lex Friedman and Andrew Huberman were talking about saunas and cold plunges and stuff like that, and like the benefits of it. They're two scientists.
Yeah.
They're talking about the provable benefits, heat shock proteins, cold shock proteins. And then I'm reading the comments where some guy was like, "Yeah, well, you guys aren't talking about is how much it costs to buy a sauna. You're making it seem like it's all free and like what are you supposed to do? Like every fucking thing. Like, I'm sorry if you're broke.
Oh no, you have the conversation for people that can live that way.
Well, I mean, not just.
But it's just fun.
It's not. It's not impossible to achieve. We're not talking about buying a fucking Lamborghini.
Yeah, but I'm not saying that there's something wrong with talking about that stuff because other people can't afford it. That's not at all what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that it's actually part of why people are miserable is because it's a ridiculous conversation. It's not like the earth and the experience of like competing for food and oxygen and living on earth, and living in society and just being a person. We've got to some altitude here where we're having some stupid conversations that are just, should I do a cold plunge or a sauna? Like, what the fuck is that? It's not you should be ashamed because people can't afford it. I feel sorry for the guy in that conversation. It's like it's a ridiculous trying to find just the right balance because there's nothing really challenging you because you don't have any real problems and you're not on the earth. You're not standing on the earth anymore. You're in a bubble where you sort of like, maybe I'll try this and maybe I'll just do protein now and I'll do, you know what I mean? And you'll never find a balance because that's not a normal life. That's not organic living. That's not living like a human being. You don't have a choice because, I mean,
but you have
what are you going to do? Be poor on
But you have a
purpose?
physical body, and if you have a physical body, there's things that are beneficial to your physical body.
Sure.
And if you choose to do those things, you'll have a better body. It'll work better. And if you choose not to do those things because you think they're ridiculous, or do you think like, that's not organic living? That's not life. Yeah. This is not life. It is life. It's life. And people have invented shoes. The reason why they invented shoes is because rocks will cut your feet. Yeah. So they figured out shoes. Shoes are better than no shoes, right? Getting in a sauna and getting in a cold plunge is better for the physical body than not doing it. Yeah. It's the same thing. Lifting weights is better than not lifting weights because then you develop a strong body and don't lose your bone density.
All true.
Like all these things are a part of life. You can just decide they're not organic.
They're part of life when you've removed yourself from the food chain and from real life. They become part of life.
I love how Louis C.K. called out Joe Rogan, and Joe Rogan actually tried arguing with him. But look, Joe Rogan likes to talk about saunas and cold plunges. I find nothing wrong with that. And I like how Louis C.K. though was just like, people who have real lives don't have those conversations. That'd be a ridiculous thing to not do, but to talk about doing. I think that was Louis' point. It's not a problem that you're doing saunas or cold plunges. The fact that you're spending time talking about it and then complaining that people in the comments are like, what are they talking about? It's funny that he actually questioned Joe Rogan right to his face. Joe did do some little pushback, but Louis C.K., sat there firm in his stance of, real people don't do this and they don't have time to talk about it. Pretty funny about
these long conversations about.
Yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments.